Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going wonderful. I'm so glad you're joining me. Well, I have a really fun unboxing to share with you. Today we're unboxing the Simon Says Stamp June 2026 card kit. It's called Step Right Up, and there's so many fun bells and whistles in here. Great for birthdays, date nights, lots of different things. Kids cards, adults cards. I would love a card with stuff like this in here. So we're going to go over the kit really quick, and then we're going to create some cards. Okay, the kit again is called Step Right Up. I already took mine out of the bag. And first off, there's a sheet of 8.5 by 11 Nina Desert Storm. Nice heavyweight craft cardstock. You get a nice heavyweight sheet of Simon Says Stamp Schoolhouse Red cardstock. Nice weight. And then Simon also included a sheet of very thin paper. I'm thinking this is for one of the dies, but I'm not quite sure. I know if you want to know what the thin paper is for, I'm sure there's a purpose, I promise. Simon has it probably over on their unboxing. Check that out. But we do get an 8.5 by 11 thin sheet of paper. It's like a printer paper. And then this is new, and it's pretty fabulous. You get 4 panels in here, and this is Simon Says Stamp's, this is called Fun and Games card panels. So if you can't guess, it's kind of like a circus kind of a theme. Step Right Up. Circus, carnivals, fairs. It is so much fun. A lot going on there, a lot of fun sentiments. The sentiments actually go with the elements that are in the kit, and you're just going to fall in love with it. Okay, so this is our stamp set. It's a 6x8 stamp set, but this is special because it goes with the dies that are included in the kit this month. There's 4 dies. Not 1, but 4 dies, and each of these have a special element to it. Okay, starting off with the Festive Bunting. This is a 2-piece die set, but it'll cut out 6 of the triangle buntings that you can add to the string here. And then there's elements in the stamp set that you can add details to make polka dots or stars on the buntings. So this is neat for all occasions also. Now, next up, we have the 3D cone. Now, I'm thinking that thin paper, the printer paper that came with our kit, is meant to go with the 3D cone, because you can actually make a cotton candy cone with this. Okay? You would just curl it, and the top would be wider than the bottom to make that cotton candy cone. There's something else in the kit that's really cute that goes with this, but you can add stripes to the cone too with the stamp set. So stamp this on here, and you get some cotton candy stripes on your on the bottom of the cone shape here. So fun. So that's super special. I'm going to keep this out because there's something in their kit that goes with it. And then we get the ephemera slots. This 1-piece die that has these slots in it. I want to show you what you could tuck in here that's in our kit that's pretty awesome. So I'm going to put this to the side. And then, I can't believe there's 4 dies in here. This is the 3D popcorn box. Now it's 3D because it actually creates a bottom open popcorn box with 4 sides. And then you can tuck in some popcorn. I mean, this is just the cutest. I just thought this was so cute. There's something special in my kit that goes with this too. So Simon has us covered. If you want to add stripes to the popcorn box, okay, this piece will do that. So you would just stamp this on here, and then you can make a striped 3D popcorn box. There's even a little label here that you can add. So fun. Okay, I'm going to keep this out because there's something that goes with this also in the kit. So that's our stamp set. Put this to the side with our cardstock. And then next, let's go over those dies and those special things that go with it. First up, look at what they included. I have not seen these, I promise, since I was in elementary school. These are buttered popcorn scratch and sniff stickers. I mean, you get 3 of them, and they smell just like buttered popcorn. So you can add this to your card, giving it extra little feature that will smell like popcorn. But also for this one, Simon included this little tube. This is not glue, Okay, this is new to Simon, and you guys, this is, if they sell this in individual, you might want this for Christmas, because this will make great cuffs for Santa's coat, or Santa's hat, or smoke coming out of a chimney, or this will make great for, this will be great for stockings too, like the little fluff on the stockings. This is Simon's, it's called Heat and Fluff. Put that over to the side. Okay, this one is the ephemera slots. This is what it looks like. We cut out 3 slots. Now look at this book. This is one of the Tim Holtz book. This is the ticket book. When I was flipping through this, I was like, oh, this is going to be so fun. Watch this. Look at the tickets. They're already cut for you. No fussy cutting or anything. You just tear. You can tear and tuck. There's perforated edges, so they will fold really easy. They look like little county fair tickets. I just think this is so fun. Everybody needs tickets in their kits, so you get a whole booklet. There are 104 tickets in here. I just thought that was so you can tuck some tickets in your these little pockets. You actually tuck anything in here. So that's where the ephemera slots come in. So Simon has you covered with this die set too. And then, and of course this is the 3D cone. Okay, the cotton balls are pink and blue. Perfect for cotton candy. They're large. You could use the whole one if you want, or you can make a smaller one. Fluff it up a little bit. And then you could tuck it inside the cone and look. You have some cotton candy. So cute, isn't that so cute? Oh my gosh. And if you wanted to mail it, of course it will flatten, but it's gonna puff right back up. So much fun. So that's what you get. You get some cotton candy too to go with the cone. So there's elements to go with each of the die sets and the stamp set. How fun. So that's included. And then also, and we're still going because, you know, this is a fabulous kit. We get some twine. Not very much. It's enough for 1 card. And I really love this twine. If Simon sells this, I'll probably pick some up. But it's red and white stripe baker's twine. There's no brand name on it, so I don't know if Simon will sell it, but you get 12 inches. So you get 1 foot. And this is perfect for those circus themes. Now lastly, Simon's sending us my note. Simon's giving you a 6-pack of note cards. These are, I took the measurement so you guys know what size they are. They're 3.5 inches wide by 4 7/8 tall. So I'm going to be using these to create my cards, and you get 6 of them. And then last but not least, we get our little sweet treat, which happens to be cotton candy. Kind of goes with the theme. How fun is this? So that's everything in the kit this month. I mean, it's a fully packed kit, and I'm going to figure out some little note card layouts for you guys, and I will be back, and we'll start with our first card. For my first card, we are going to use the Festive Bunting die set, and we're going to go ahead and do a little extra stamping on the bunting. I die cut out the string with the craft that came in the kit, the Schoolhouse red cardstock. I just die cut out 2, and then I brought in white, and I also brought in blue. This is Simon Says Stamps Island Blue cardstock. I am going to be using some blue cotton, we're going to make blue cotton candy today, so I like to coordinate the colors of all 3 of my cards, so I'm bringing in blue is just going to add a nice little effect. Okay, let's do some stamping with our scattered straw. We have red, white, and blue, but I'm going to bring in a little yellow also. So we're going to add some polka dots to the bunting on the white ones that I die cut out. Lovely. Okay, now for the blue, for the stripes, I'm using my prize ribbon. I wanted something darker than the island blue, and I'm going to go, we'll go horizontal with the stripes. And then we'll do this one. And and I'm going to leave the red just plain. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and alternate colors. And I found the best way to weave these on this piece, the paper string, is to go in and then bend one of the corners and then pull the paper string through. We're using some of those panels that came with our kit. I quartered the panels, and we're going to use a 2-inch wide strip for this note card. I'm also going to add a little extra detail to this using some of my A2 postage rectangles from Simon. I want to add postage edge on the left and right, and I don't have any border, so I'm going to use the largest and just die cut this out with white cardstock. Once I did that, I trimmed 3/4 of an inch off the left, 3/4 of an inch off the right, and then we have this piece left. I'm actually going to use this for another card, so put this to the side, and we're going to add some adhesive and just tack this down to the left and right of our pattern paper panel. The long greeting here. We're going to make a landscape note card, and I really like this. We didn't realize we were making memories. We just knew we were having fun. So I'm going to take that, and for this, since it is so long, I'm going to bring in my stamping positioner. I'm using the craft cardstock, the Nina Desert Storm that came with our kit. I just trimmed down a panel that will cover the front of my note card. Okay, I am going to go this way with it, and I'm going to stamp it on the bottom. But before we do that, I want to adhere this piece. And then we'll just pick this up. I'm going to use my watermark ink. This is Versamark. We'll go ahead and stamp this. Lovely. And then I have white embossing powder that we're going to go over this with. And then I'll use my heat gun and we'll go ahead and melt it. So now we have our greeting and our background, which made it really easy. I'm just going to use my tape runner, and we're going to adhere this to the front of our note card. Let's layer this just right over the top here. I'm going to start off on one end. Then we can add our bunting here. There we go, and I am going to trim off that little piece that's overhanging. And then for finishing touches for this card, I'm bringing in some stars. These I've had for a while. They're just iridescent stars. These are from Studio Katia, but I'm not sure if they still have these or not. I'll find some and I'll link them down below for you guys. But we're just going to add a few extra little stars here. And that is all there is to that card. Let's move along to our next note card. And for this note card, I mentioned we're going to use this. Okay, but we're also going to be using this panel. Wonderful. Okay, and then we have the die that came in our kit called the ephemera slots. I'm going to take this and I'm going to add it to this panel. I'm going to flip this over. We're going to add some glue behind here. Lots of glue. Well, let's see. Yes, lots of glue at the top. And then down the sides. A little thin strip at the very bottom so we can do some tucking with it. Okay, and then this is going to go on the front of our note card. Now what we're going to do is we're going to stamp some sentiments on each of these. Okay, for the white one that was left over from our first card, I'm going to stamp Life is the Ticket. For this, I'm going to bring in my marine ink from Simon. And I'm going to stamp with blue ink. I'm hoping it's dark enough here. Let's stamp it right here at the top. Okay, I'm going to trim a little bit more just so it's nice and even. We're going to stamp next, Enjoy the Ride, and we're going to stamp it on the craft cardstock. I'm going to stamp it with red ink. And I'm using Simon Says Stamps Cherry. We'll stamp this. I'm going to stamp it here, and then I can use the postage edge that will fit this. Let's see, maybe a smaller one. Okay, and then we're going to end up cutting this out. Okay, I'm going to tack this down with some tape so that one is ready to go. And then for the red cardstock, we are going to stamp Have a Little Fun, but we're going to do some heat embossing with the white embossing powder. Just tack this down, and I will run both of these through my die cut machine. So we'll have 3 tickets here. Okay, now we have 3 greetings that we're going to tuck inside here. Starting off with the largest. We'll put this at the very top. And then you know, I think I changed my mind with the color of this. I thought blue would go great, but I'm gonna switch this out and stamp this with black ink. I think the black's just what it needed. So I'm gonna tuck this in here, and I'm gonna tilt it just a little bit. These are gonna be little wonky tickets. Okay, and then we're gonna tuck Have a Little Fun right below it. And for the Enjoy the Ride, we're going to have to trim the bottom of this ticket. And we will add this here. Okay, now with the open areas, we're going to bring in our ticket book. Let's add some tickets. I love that you don't need the scissors with this. But I'm going to do a little tucking here, here. For this card, I wanted to add a little extra white down here, so I did die cut out one more of those postage panels, and we are going to trim a strip here. I'm going to add a little bit of glue, and again, anything overhanging I'll just trim away. I'm going to bring back those stars, and we're going to add a few stars in the background. And actually, if you want to add an extra little surprise note, you could do that. I think that's the best thing about this little die. You can do a lot of little tucking with it. So that will finish off that card. For my next card, I used my Schoolhouse Red and covered one of my note cards with it. And then I die cut out a postage with the Nina Desert Storm cardstock. And then I trimmed down some of our panels that came in the kit, the polka dot one. And I made it so it fit. I don't have the measurements, but I made it so it fits just inside the postage edge. Okay, I'm going to adhere this to the front of here. I'm going to go wonky. Okay, and now we're going to make some cotton candy. So in our die set, we have the 3D cone. Okay, I'm actually going to color the cone using my scattered straw and the stamp that's in our stamp set. I'm just going to ink this up. I'm going to add some color here. We'll stamp this. Okay, now I used some lighter weight cardstock. I didn't use the paper that was in our kit. I was afraid it was going to smush, but you could very well use the paper that's in our kit. Okay, now I'm going to add a little glue. I'm going to add glue on the side that doesn't have any print. And then we will just curl it around and create a little cotton candy cone. Okay, now just so it helps, I'm going to use my paintbrush, put it on the inside and help it grab. So we have a little cone. Put a so I can add a little pressure to this and it seals. And then we have a really fun striped cone. Looks like a party hat too. You could probably make a party hat with this too. All you would have to do is take a little bit of cotton candy, take a little bit of those cotton balls, roll it up, and then look at, you have a party hat. So that's an option with that die too. Okay, so that's the cone. We're going to grab a blue cotton ball. My first instinct was immediately wanting to go to the pink, but I thought everybody's probably going to go have pink cotton candy, so I wanted to do something different, so I'm going for the blue. Since if you flatten it like this, you still have bulk, so I'm going to thin it out a little bit. To do that, I'm just going to find the end here, if there is an end. Just going to unroll it a little bit, and I'm going to trim some of it out. And then I will re-roll it. This way we have the same amount of fluff, it's just a little bit thinned out. And then I will point the bottom, add some glue on the inside and definitely on the top of this cone. And then we can tuck our cotton candy in here. Once it dries, I think it'll be easier to shape. Okay, so give that a second to grab. I'm going to make one more cone. So we have 2 cotton candy cones. We have lots of cotton candy left over. I'm just going to put this back in the bag. I'll make 2 cones, and there we go. Okay, these are really nice weight note cards. So now I have 2 cotton candy cones. I'm going to use glue, a good amount here, and we're going to add both cones. So now we need a greeting. So I'm bringing in a 1-inch strip of white cardstock, and I'm going to stamp the greeting. This is Life Happens, Cotton Candy Helps. Okay, so it's a little less than 1 inch. And then we can stamp our greeting here. I'm going to stamp it in the middle. Here we go. And I have ink on the very bottom of this cone that I want to cover. So to do that, we're just going to go wonky with our greeting. And then anything overhanging, we're going to trim away. Lovely. Probably should fluff those up a little bit better. Lastly, we're going to bring in some more of those stars, and we're going to add a few stars to this card as well. Such a fun card. Okay, let's take a look at all 3 cards that we made today using the Simon Says Stamps June 2026 card kit. It's called Step Right Up. It's a really fun kit. In fact, I did make another card over at Simon Says Stamp. I'll be posting that video later on down probably the end of the month on my YouTube channel in case you missed it. But if you want to take a look at an extra card using the cute little popcorn and using the heat and fluff, that card over at Simon Says Stamp. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.